we move to Asia for a second, China has been threatening Japan as well as Taiwan. There have been reports that China has been wanting to invade Japan for several years, and they are building up their fleets in the Asia Pacific. Do you see this being a problem? Do you think they will launch an attack in the near future?
Actually, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I see in Asia, I don't see any kind of major war coming. I don't think that is really the tradition. It's not the way forward. The Chinese have been very careful since 1979 invasion into Vietnam, and the Chinese are very happy with the status quo. This is like a pet project of the president Taiwan, but that's extremely costly, extremely difficult militarily to do, and it's extremely politically a toxic thing to do. So they have thought about it. You know, the Chinese leadership certainly has studied the case of Russia, but Russia is supposedly a superpower, and since 4 years they have not been able to conquer significant territories of Ukraine, just a little bit of land on the steppe. This is ridiculous for a superpower. So for the Chinese to really think to go to Taiwan in a hostile environment, that's simply not happening. So what they will try to do is to browbeat Taiwan into unity. They will threaten Taiwan, they will intimidate Taiwan, they will avoid a declaration of independence, they will buy everybody who recognizes Taiwan off, and they will also build their military to be ever more threatening. They will also make soft offers for Taiwan, for unification and for submission, but they will not militarily attack, nor will the Chinese attack the Japanese nor the South Koreans. So they have not done that in the past. Actually, they have, to my best knowledge, I don't remember any major aggressive war of the Chinese since, I think, 1800. They had only internal problems in the 1900. They had the colonial wars. They had a big civil war. And they had another big civil war at the end of in the interwar years. They had another big civil war during and after the Second World War. You know, they really know how fragile they are, and they know if they would really go for a big war against Japan, or I think that's totally out of the question, and against Taiwan, which is of course a serious point of contention, then it would lead to their own demise. I have prepared ideologically for that one as well, and I have drafted with others this ex-China concept. And, you know, ex-China would be the result of a lost war for unification of Taiwan. Absolutely, for sure. Because in China, there is a lot of minorities, a lot of people who are unhappy with China. And once they see the opportunity from the south to the east, from the Muslim Uyghurs to many in Tibet, and the Chinese integrity would be unsustainable anymore. And you will see the same will happen now in the case of Russia with the lost war. They will then ultimately splinter like the Soviet Union or the Russian Empire in the respective years of 1918 to 91. And then it will be a complete a kind of situation where the Chinese will be absolutely trying to avoid the same fate. And if they do that, of course, they will lose the war. And of course, then the centrifugal powers inside China would prevail, and we will be in a very messy situation. So no war in Asia